A federal judge has temporarily blocked former President Donald Trump's plan to deploy the National Guard to Portland, Oregon. This decision comes after a week of mounting legal and political tension between the White House and state officials. On October 4th, U.S. District Judge Karen Immergut issued a temporary restraining order, halting the deployment of 200 National Guard troops to Portland. The Trump administration had announced the move in response to what it described as violent anti-ICE protests and threats to federal employees and property. President Trump directed the Secretary of War to send troops, authorizing full force, if necessary, and referred to Portland as war-ravaged in a June memorandum. However, Oregon Governor Tina Kotek and other state leaders strongly opposed the plan, calling it unconstitutional and unnecessary. Governor Kotek argued there was no public safety emergency and that local law enforcement was capable of handling the situation. The state of Oregon and the city of Portland filed a lawsuit to prevent the federal deployment. In her ruling, Judge Immergut found that the legal conditions for federalizing the National Guard, such as invasion or rebellion, did not exist in Oregon. She stated that the president likely exceeded his constitutional authority and that the order violated the 10th Amendment by infringing on Oregon's sovereign right to control its own National Guard. Quoting directly, Judge Immergut wrote, "This is a nation of constitutional law, not martial law. The case has brought renewed attention to the ongoing debate over states' rights versus federal power in the United States." Oregon Attorney General Dan Rayfield emphasized, "The ruling places the National Guard back under the command of Governor Kotek for now." Civil liberties groups, including the ACLU of Oregon, called the deployment a dangerous abuse of power. Meanwhile, the White House threatened to withhold federal aid from Portland, warning, "We will not fund states that allow anarchy." Legal analysts describe the court's decision as a significant test of the limits of presidential authority. With the Trump administration's immediate appeal to a higher court, the dispute is far from over. As the legal process continues, the eyes of the nation remain fixed on Portland. The court's decision marks a new legal test for Trump's policies and highlights federalism at the forefront of U.S. governance. Reporting from the United States, October 2025.